The Gospel of Peace. What you are, the world is. Your transformation changes the world. Written by Davide Appi. Narrated by Sandra Ouellet. Published by TekTime. Davide Appi. Copyright 2022 Davide Appi. All rights reserved. Email elohim4@libero.it. Dedication. This book is dedicated to all men and women of goodwill. The sages have always insisted that peace is first and foremost an inner thing. Change starts from within, and this then also bears fruit outside. That is why peace first starts with us and then materializes with a political act, such as the signing of a peace treaty or a truce between warring parties. Some think the opposite. They believe that reaching an agreement between conflicting parties is the way to peace. In the news, diplomatic efforts are seen as agents of truce and pacification, and these would in themselves be able to bring about a return to normality, as if political engagement were the key, the decisive element in resolving international conflicts. Decades of failed peace agreements and manufactured truces are there to prove that without a real change in people's mindsets, no meaningful and lasting results can be achieved. This overemphasis on the supposed negotiating skills of certain political leaders, emphasized by the media and believed by a section of the population, demonstrates a certain irresponsibility and entrusting of problem-solving to third parties on the part of those who have no power at the political and decision-making level. According to this logic, the common mortal, not having access to the control room, therefore having no power to influence a negotiation, can at best, as the only concrete possibility to do something for peace, demonstrate in the streets, sign a petition, and not much else, since it is others who decide. This conviction takes power away from us supposedly men of the street, beings seemingly without power and without the possibility of profoundly influencing the great events that determine the course of history. This is the common view, according to which we are merely passive spectators, trusting in our party or confident in the leaders we have entrusted with the leadership of the nation and therefore hopeful that they will achieve the desired results. But this hoping in others is always a deresponsibilizing mechanism. One always trusts others to remove the chestnuts from the fire, and this belief depletes us. In reality, we have enormous potential, we are not powerless entities, and we can take responsibility for living our lives and changing the world we live in. Becoming aware of the enormous power within us is a first step towards true planetary change. I want to share in this book the enthusiasm I feel in feeling this boundless strength within me, knowing that it is not only in me, but also in you who are reading these lines. You might even be much stronger than me. In fact, you probably are. Perhaps you are already further along the path of awakening consciousness, or are just beginning to discover the flame within you. Wherever you are on your personal path, in general, I can invite everyone to become aware of who you really are and begin to act in harmony with this new awareness. There is not a single word in this book that has not already been said in the past by people far more illustrious than myself. I am doing nothing more than repeating the teachings of the ancient masters, prophets, and sages of every age. It seems almost presumptuous of me to write about this wisdom, which is infinitely greater than I am, but my instinct tells me that these lines and these words may make a dent in some minds and provide the urge for someone to involve themselves in the greatest challenge that humanity has ever faced. Saving herself from herself, her own aggression and rampant violence. The Gospel of Peace.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?